Hello, this is Charles D. Shell, writer, artist, and general loudmouth. This is the next installment of Superpowers in the Real World. Just to refresh your memory, I'm coming up with a superpower and trying to put it into the real world to keep it secret and to make a living at it. Which is probably what most people would do, which is why that's how I approach it. Okay, this next one hit me. Illusions. Don't see a whole lot of characters with illusion powers in the comics, at least not as good guys. There's one or two exceptions. Mostly they're bad guys, like Mastermind comes to mind. Also in DC, only one I could come up with was Princess Projectra. Don't look at me, I didn't name her, but Princess Projectra from the Legion of Superheroes has illusion powers. She was always a little dim because she would tell the enemies she had illusion powers and hit them with illusions, and they weren't fooled. So weird. This is actually one of those powers that lends itself quite a bit to making you successful in the real world. Now, there are two basic versions of this. I'll briefly approach both. You get one where you actually create a visual illusion where it can be captured on camera. It's not in people's minds. It can be recorded and somehow it has an external reality, even though it's not technically real. Type 2 would be mental illusions. You're making the illusions appear only in people's minds. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. The actual illusions, I guess, real world illusions, rather than the mental illusions, have the advantage of, once again, like I said, you could record it on video. So something that would immediately jump out would be using it for magic acts, things like that. Or if you're willing to do some morally questionable deeds that aren't necessarily going to get you thrown in prison, you could change the results of a card game. If you're changing the visual cues, that ability also counts with mental illusions. And you could also capture, I guess, real-world special effects on videos and such. There would have to be people helping you who are in the know. You want to keep as few people as possible in that link, so not to spread your powers around, so, knowledge of your powers. Although with CGI, I guess you could undercut people because you could do special effects cheap, and the actors or whoever can actually see them. Again, the more people you have, if it was a big budget Hollywood movie, no way, way too many people involved, no way that's going to stay secret. You could also do it a little simpler, a little cheesier. You could create performers. You can create illusionary performers that people could see and either be dancing acts, strippers, singers, whatever. You're literally controlling, what they see. Now these also count for mental illusions, which has most of the same strengths and weaknesses. The difference being mental illusions. It's going to depend on how many people can actually perceive the mental illusions. If it's just an area of effect kind of thing, pretty much the same thing as the regular illusions. But with the caveat of you're not going to be able to capture this on any sort of recording medium. And all it's going to take is one person recording whatever it is you're doing and not showing up on the video, and people are going to start wondering, I wonder what the hell we just saw. So, not low-key. But generally entertainment for, if sticking to legal, there's a lot of leeway for, illusions have a lot of leeway for abuse there. I can see the temptations, wild temptations, just even make your life better, even if it's not to get money. Just make yourself look gorgeous. Absolutely. Or illusionary money, give people illusionary money, again. Not legal, but fairly easy to get away with, you see what I mean? It's a deceptively powerful ability, especially if you look at characters like Mastermind, the X-Men villain Mastermind. He didn't get much respect early on, but later on, Chris Claremont started writing him, he became really, really dangerous. He's affecting everyone's perceptions of reality. And sure, it's changing people's perception of reality will help you not at all if you get into a car crash or fall off a cliff or somebody shoots you. But most of the rest of the time, if it's not, crisis situation, a physical situation, the sky's the limit. I mean, it's your imagination. You're changing their perception of reality. Think what that means. And there's plenty of ways, if you're morally questionable, to really abuse it. But even if you're willing to, restrain yourself, you can use it in several different ways to make your life really, really nice. Too many to get into in this, but just some of the examples I gave you. Changing your appearance, performance, whatever. I think the mental illusions is probably a little bit more morally questionable because you're playing with people's minds, literally, not just their visual and audio perceptions. But in either case, potential for abuse, huge. But with just a little bit of imagination, you can make it without breaking the law or revealing your abilities. Being illusionary really helps in not revealing you. See what I mean? Anyway, that's the general gist of it. Just rate the video even if you hate it. If you'd like to subscribe or check out my ebooks, they're down below. I have 3 e-novels down there, so please check them out. And I will catch you guys later.